I face a Clasher, content creator and pro player JuicyJ in the newest Royale tournament in Clasher, fighting for the #1 spot in the entire world. So guys, here we're going to the game here against JuicyJ, and we played 3 times against each other, so it's a best of 3 at the end. And of course, I was like streaming this type of games, and it was like absolutely incredible games. He was playing so well. I was playing pretty decent. But yeah, so just like the gameplay itself, we both had like really solid decks. We're just gonna go for the bedroom here. Of course, it's a triple draft. We both didn't show our drafts there just because we didn't want like people to go into the other streams and kind of talking about it. It's kind of annoying, right? Like if you're like a big streamer, you normally could say, look, triple draft is great, right? It's not, you can't really get sniped there. But still, people are watching your stream, looking at what you're drafting. Example, you're going for Electro Giant, they're just gonna go like for building, Zappies and so on. And all of this annoying stuff. So I personally really dislike that. So yeah, just to let you know, guys, that you won't see the draft today. But we're doing a great job here. Having a really solid bridge deck overall. My only real concern in this bridge deck was or is that I don't really have any single target damage or like a Lumberjack at example. So I would have loved to have a Lumberjack instead of the Knight at example, because like Lumberjack of course synergizes really well with this. So I think I'm just gonna go in here for my Gorbos. He's most likely just gonna use his logs. I'm just gonna go for my minions here, and I feel like I could maybe go in for the Rambat. I still don't know all of his cards, but so far he got some great defensive cards with the Skeleton Drags, and he also got the Ice Bird and the Fisherman. And as you guys can see here, this is like a really good defense so far from JuicyJ here. And of course, JuicyJ is a really good player. He's like mainly a content creator. He's casting CL, so I mean, like most of you guys might know him. But like he's still a really solid player, right? I would say like one of the best content creators in the entire world, if you want to say it. So he's like, of course, can beat anyone. And I think he got like a #1 finish in global tournament. He's also currently like top 5. He's like, he got an account of 30 and 0 in triple draft. I think he's like also playing a ton of mega draft. And got like a 100 like 100 win streak in this type of mode. So I feel like he's just like playing 24/7 all day, all night, just like playing draft. So he's really good at this mode. So we're just gonna go Fireball the pump here. Interesting that he decided to pick the pump. I mean, kind of makes sense there. He got also like Fireball bait, and we don't really have the best answer. We always need to go for Fireball. And now he's just doing a great job there with like going for the Firecrack at the bridge. I'm going here for my minions there, and that was like a really interesting or like good decision. I'm just gonna go for the Fireball here. Honestly, this Fireball was so bad. Like I didn't really hit anything, right? So I'm trying to apply aggression now, just going in for my bandit and goblins, but he can still easily defend this, cycling back to a log, and now I'm kind of trying to get in. But look at like the Ice Bird, guys. Like I don't know what to do against the Ice Bird. The Ice Bird is just so crazy. Also perfect timing once again on like on the Ice Bird, and with the Firecracker combination almost defend the floors. Need to go bandit now. He's most like just gonna protect with his Fisherman, and yeah, it's looking pretty bad there since he can just like spam 24/7 at the bridge, and he honestly can just like poison cycle me. It's pretty hard for me to break through there. Even the Magic Archery right side gets some chip damage, but still just like evening up this type of situation. The Firecracker gets some chip damage here, and also like I think I played in this global tournament like 10 games against Juicy on different accounts. So yeah, I think you also saw, like if you saw this video, I think I also lost some games before. I also won some before, so just like kind of all over the place. So he got another pump. I need to go Fireball now because yeah, I can't really let him to have like a bigger elixir advantage there. But still, overall, I would say okay now. So yeah, I'm going for Knight here, going for the bandit. So maybe like I just need one huge push, right? Just one huge push with the Ram Rider. This is what I need. So, but like, look at this, guys. He's playing it so aggressive, just like going for the poison, but he can because the Skeleton Drags Firecracker pump combination is kind of what costs me the game, right? Because he's always like baiting out my fireballs on the elixir pump, or like with the elixir pump, he's gonna get like a +1 elixir of that. And then I can't really kill the Cracker and the Skeleton Drags. And just like going in for a great Ice Bird. Once again, perfect Ice Bird value. My minions don't really get any value. He can just basically poison cycle me, Ice Bird, Fisherman, Log, Firecracker. Way too much to deal with. And I don't know how I'm supposed to break through. Of course, I will always try because you never know. Sometimes they're doing mistakes and just losing. Trying to go for the Fireball. He can just go for defensive pump. Something you don't really want to do as a pump player in general. But something he can do, of course. Because we are just in like really bad spot. It doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna go here once again, last push, but also I think like this one Barbarian connects to tower. Get 10 seconds remaining. JuicyJ is gonna win the first game, but we're facing him now once again in the global tournament. And I can tell you guys, I don't know what you guys think about it. Let me know your ranking about the, from the Royal tournaments, like Triple Elixir, Triple Draft and so on, because I think for me, Triple Draft might be just behind Mega Draft. I just absolutely love this type of mode, right? Like Draft is absolutely incredible. Seeing different decks is awesome. Facing off JuicyJ once again, but this time we got a different deck, of course. I mean, it's pretty rare that you get the same time or like the same deck over and over again in Mega Draft, but we're going in here for the Phoenix here, and so far I think I'm like really happy with my deck. We got the Prince here. Also, Prince might be one of the underrated cards. I just love Prince because there's so much cannon card. A ton of people play cannon card, Knight, Valkyrie. Just Prince does so well. This is also what I love in this type of mode, using the Tombstone currently, because Tombstone is also just really good and just one of the better counters in the entire game. So, okay, he goes Battle Healer. I think I just like feel like a ton of people use Battle Healer in this mode, not because it's like really insane, just because they want to have a mini tank, right? Something to distract tubes with, and this is just like the main plan from a ton of people there. So we're just gonna go for the Tesla here because I don't really know what to do, but the Tesla will be important in this matchup because you never know, but Tesla's just doing a great job. So I was kind of thinking what he could do. I was like maybe thinking about Graveyard because it wasn't like in his options, and I know JuicyJ is a really good Graveyard play and it makes kind of sense in his deck so far. He's gonna go once again for the Fireball, and I think it makes sense for me to just go Royal Giant here, because the Phoenix is still alive. He goes in for E-Bobs. Okay, makes sense, right? But my Royal Giant gets like 2 shots on the opponent's tower. And now I was like actually really... like, what the heck? How doesn't this Phoenix respawn? I don't get it. That would have been such a great situation because he still would have committed. I could have gone for a Prince there and we would have been able to be in a great position. But it's still okay. We're still in damage sheet. But sometimes, I don't know. You guys remember the time when Phoenix was absolutely busted and just connected like every few seconds? That was a crazy time in Clash Royale, like just respawned, like I feel like 1 second afterwards. That was just absolutely crazy time in Clash Royale. But Phoenix right now, it's still one of the best cards in the game, right? But not as game breaking as it used to be, way easier to defend and so on. So I just love Goblins, dude. I just like the pressure and combination of the Prince when the opponent doesn't have lock and so on. Cycle. He has okay, he got the Graveyard, right? So you need to go Mega Man here. And just also Phoenix plus Mega Man is doing a great job there. Okay, arrows makes sense. I feel like we're just going for Princey Goblins once again because it's arrows out of cycle, so Goblins do get a ton of value. And he still needs to play something, but the Prince connects to tower. Let's go. And a Prince dash. It's like one of the most satisfying feelings in Clash Royale. So Poison's time coming down. I need to go Mega Man, unfortunately, which is a bit annoying to like kind of overcommit there. But like all the time, the Graveyard gets some decent amount of chip damage. We're still up 500, and I might just go Royal Giant here because his Inferno Dragon was out of cycle. So he needs to go Evops here, and the Mega Man just getting a ton of value and allows us to get one really huge shot. So once again, going for the Tesla there. Tesla plus Goblins, just getting some decent amount of chip damage here. Tesla still stays alive, which is pretty important, and Phoenix is still helping. So we're in 800 damage. We're kind of coming back from the last loss, as long as we're not joking this game, as we sometimes do, but what hopefully not happening now. So Prince in the back, always great. He doesn't have skeletons. Also Mega Man High, kind of want to trying to win the bridge fight there. So we're baiting out a Fireball, which is always kind of great there. So we can just set up a Tesla, because I kind of maybe think about like also using Tesla in a way right now to get value on top of the minions. So this time we're trying to defend without poison, to just like have like more elixir. But the problem is like every time I'm like using my troops, he's just gonna go Inferno, and Inferno is gonna destroying everything. So I'm trying to win the bridge better there. I'm not wanna overcommit. I'm going for double Phoenix because Phoenix is still sold, and I think Tesla right now is smart, right? Just going Tesla at the bridge here, like because he needs to commit something. He's just gonna go for this. We're protecting a Tesla here, and I can easily go for Royal Giant, right? His Inferno is out of cycle. Also his Eops out of cycle. Look at this. RG Tesla. You guys think Expo Tesla is broken? RG Tesla is actually the play, and we're beating him. It's currently 1-1, but we're facing him once again. Now we're playing against JuicyJ once again. I think we both got the best deck so far. Using Royal Giant Knight. It's no Evo Knight, but still good, like Cannon, Skeletons, because sometimes you get like really unfortunate really unfortunate deck combinations, right? At example, like the draft with like Bowler, Sparky, Rage at example. It's one of the most annoying drafts. I know if you guys had it already, but at example, when the opponent got like Kennica at the same time, we don't really want to pick Bowler because Kennica hardcoders Bowler, but you also don't really want to like go in for Pump, or like example like Pump is also sometimes sort of Rage because pump. I just don't really feel like it's that great in draft. Even worked out once for Juicy there. But I just overall don't really like it. And just like Sparky, it's always like a risky choice and doesn't really work in too many decks. So using the Earthquake here, Earthquake, really good choice there. And he has like a minor control deck, a really solid minor control deck. How broken is Snowball, guys? But we also got a really solid deck overall. We got the Electro Wizard to clean up all the stuff like bats, just like also to reset minor. We got the Firecracker, which he can't really kill besides poison. He doesn't have Barbarian, but he doesn't have Lock. He got Snowball, and we got the Knight against minor. We got Cannon to distract stuff like Wall Breakers there. So overall, a really solid deck, I would say. So also, of course, we got the EQ against the Bomb Tower. The only real big disadvantage I see from us is not having anything against the Musketeer. The Musketeer is just gonna clean up a ton of stuff, and he can just like keep up the pressure, spam 24/7. And bats are also on offense pretty annoying because sometimes the Firecracker doesn't do his job. So of course, playing it really defensively. I'm just playing the game like a normal minor wall breaker versus RG matchup. As an RG player against minor wall breaker, you're always gonna go for the RG in the back, cycle to another RG, and then just like try to keep up the aggression and just like defend when he goes in opposite lane, and then just win the game based off that, like cycling another RG. He doesn't get his Bomb Tower, maybe log off his goblins or Firecracker his bats. So every time, I think this minor wasn't really too great of him, so I'm using my Firecracker high here to kill the bats, hopefully using my Bomb Tower there, using my EQ here to kill the Bomb Tower, and he's overcommitting. This is like this big overcommit, I would say. Using a Musketeer there in this type of situation is nothing you really want to do, so you need to go bats there, which are like still doing a great job. But look at my Firecracker chipping on the right side. This is the huge mistake now. He can't go Bomb Tower in this type of position. He just should have like let it go. Overall, I think this would have been a better situation. So just cycling a Royal Giant once again in the back and doing a great job. So he's just gonna go in for minor, really good minor placement, to be fair. I don't know, guys, I feel like I'm a bit sick. I hope I don't get sick. So when there's no video tomorrow, I'm sick, but I think I will be back, hopefully. Just to let you know, I don't know, my voice also sounds a bit weird today, or felt a bit weird, but it's okay. So no really focusing on that. We're just gonna continue playing here against JuicyJ. So going in for another Royal Giant because I think I can, using my Log now on top of the Goblins. And it's time for an EQ. 1 Royal Giants on the tower, but we need 2 Royal Giants on the tower. So I can still just go in for Skull on top of the Musketeer. Royal Giant gets almost another shot. I don't know like how my Royal Giants didn't get this type of shots. The kind of problem we have right now is that we split it up damage, right? We're splitting the damage, something you don't really want to do. I have my cannon ready because I know, bro, he's gonna go Wall Breaker minor now. Like, he needs to do it, right? So going for my cannon, that's a really good cannon placement because it will survive the Wall Breaker. And you're getting like a +2 elixir trade because it's still helping against the minor, and the minor doesn't get too much chip damage. So I'm using my Knight on to the left because I want to build up a huge double lane pressure push, right? And every time I play my Firecracker, he needs to minor the Firecracker or he needs to poison the Firecracker, which is basically a solid trade. So instantly gonna go Log. He wants to defend this kind of without his Bomb Tower, but he's still gonna play it. So right now it's time for me to go for a pre-Cracker here. Really good Cracker, and this time the Royal Giant gets some massive damage, and also Cracker stays alive. Of course, we're giving him poison value now, but it's okay, right? Like, the Cracker did her job there, and also we're kind of cleaning this up. I can easily go for Ewis there. I don't need to worry about the poison because he just cycles poison, and we're looking good. I could be aggressive here. I'm also aggressive because I can. He's mostly just going to use this now on anti-EQ spot, would make sense, but it's okay. I'm still going to EQ this because I know my Cracker's also chipping on top of the Musketeer, and we may be able to finish it off of a Log, or otherwise just like the Cracker is helping there. And I'm just going to go for pre-Knight in the back, using my cannon here high, Cracker in the middle to make sure we're controlling the map. And once again, just spamming my Royal Giant every time, basically, when he doesn't have his bats really in cycle. It's something great. So Skeletons, once again, picking it up, going in for the Knight there. And yeah, honestly, I can still go in for the EQ cycle, but we're looking so solid. I don't even need to play something there because we have like kind of the control there. We know the Cracker does the shot, and I can just go in for my Skeletons here, going for my Knight there, making sure we're killing that, using now just like EQ Log to finish him off. GG's, well played. We beat the JuicyJ. Absolutely incredible best of 3 there, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to check it out and let me know against which pro I should play next. Even it wasn't on purpose, I was an accident Royal Tournament, but JuicyJ is an awesome player. Also make sure to check him out. And with this game, we ended up in the top 50 in the world on this account, but we're both still fighting on different accounts for #1 spot in the entire world, and maybe we're facing off tomorrow again.